Hey everybody, and welcome to the Crypto Weekend Watchlist of July 22nd, 2022. Today I'm going to be looking at primarily Bitcoin and ETH because I believe we're at a pivotal point in the market at the moment. And then we are going to go over Doge, a fan favorite, as well as see if we can get any price points and see if we can get any entries maybe. And after that, we'll look at some of the shorter time frames and just kind of see where we're at in the market, deal with market sentiment, what I think is going to happen with the stock market, and how that's going to impact crypto as well. So let's jump into it. So here we've got Bitcoin. This is just your basic 4-hour Bitcoin chart, as well as Ethereum right here. If you are interested, there is a down here. If you want to come trade crypto with us at Titan Trading, that is the link, discord.gg / and then that string of numbers and letters. But to jump into it, here's what we are dealing with the ETH chart and the Bitcoin chart. So at the moment, we did have a little bit of a red day the last 8 hours or so. And as expected, we followed the stock market, which of course has been due for a healthy pullback, in my opinion. Because of that, I think that it wouldn't be crazy to say that we'll have lower than normal volume over the weekend. The weekends typically have lower volume, but I think we may have even lower, and we'll be pretty much stagnant until the Asian markets open up Sunday evening. And so that's around 7 Central Time-ish, roughly, if you are curious about that. So as you can see, we did, however, just a couple of days ago, the 50 and the 200 crossed, and we continued our bullish momentum. This is typically a powerful cross. As you can see, we crossed bearish up here on April 15th, and we've been downtrending ever since, right? So the 50 and the 200 did cross pretty recently, about 4 days ago. So that is pretty big. However, I do think we're due for a healthy pullback, and maybe we continue to keep pumping forward. I do know Amjama, she is bullish in the stock market this coming week, which in turn will normally bring a bullishness in the crypto market. So I do know in our premium Discord, she made a bold prediction of 410 for SPY next week. We'll see if it hits. But if that does happen, it wouldn't be crazy to see Bitcoin or Ethereum trading at higher levels. Maybe even testing 25K for Bitcoin. As you can see, for Bitcoin, we had to cross just yesterday. And so if you look at, again, the 5,200 crossing, we crossed back April 11th. And again, just a straight downtrend with almost, you could have entered into a short and made money at literally almost any point, unless you bought essentially the absolute low, right? But with that, I personally think that the stock market is going to come down next week, which will come with bearishness in the crypto market. So when that happens, typically we will see lower volumes in crypto market. Stock market stays relatively the same, but with low volume in crypto market, we can see some weird volatility happen, some weird and funky happenings on the charts, right? We'll see these larger wicks, especially on lower time frames. Let me see if I can find an example while I'm talking. But we can expect to see some lower volume, which in turn, like I said, has extreme volatility with it, right? And so like right here, we have these crazy wicks, right? This only moved 0.03%, but and this is on the 5-minute chart, so this is only 5 minutes, but we tagged a 0.5% in a wick. So that's pretty substantial. That that can wipe out a position, especially in leverage, if you're dealing with that. Speaking of leverage, and because I've got it pulled up here, I myself had one trade today, and that was this Bitcoin short. I entered in at about 23,188. Target was hit at 23,070. For that's about 0.5% unleveraged, and then we could have continued down with making very substantial gains, considering we were on anywhere from 25 to 50x, and so profit potential of almost 3% unleveraged gains, which if you're on 50x leverage, that's 150%. So if you kept a runner in the Discord, you banked there. That was a good play. So let's actually throw on the Doge chart. We'll look at it on the 15 minutes, the 1 hour and the 4 hour, and we will try and see if we can find some swings, whether that be short or long. We can take a look. So we don't have a cross on Doge yet, but that doesn't really matter with meme coins or altcoins. The crosses, just because they follow Bitcoin and Ethereum so much. So with Dogecoin, we seem to be respecting our trend, right? This is rough, but about here, hit our head a few times. If you really wanted to go in there, you could find some better points. But we are respecting this downtrend right here. But we did make a higher low. I will circle that, right? We had our lows here, and we made a higher low. So our high is roughly the same as it was before in this recent surge back on June 26th. But we are making higher lows, which is bullish, right? We are currently wedging right now. So we bounce off here. We can kind of expect to play it down to roughly this range. It is a meme coin, so it's not going to follow technical analysis like most other coins. But if you are comfortable and you have a little bit of money to throw around, and you're comfortable scaling in, this Doge right here for short, if you'd like to play it down to this trend line, would not be a bad play. This is on the 4 hour, so it would have to take a little bit of time to play out. We'll take a look at the hourly chart, see if we can get a better entry point. But we may come back up and test the 200 or the 50, and you could also play the rejection off there. So if you wanted a safer entry, play it off the rejection of a major MA. It doesn't have to be these two. So whatever technical analysis you use, whatever EMAs you're using, you can also play it off of those. But if you want a safer entry, one of the EMAs right here, a rejection off that. But for just my sake, I will say a short position here at 6.7 cents. So that's 0.067 for Doge. Wouldn't be a bad entry for a short position, especially if you are willing to wait it out just a little bit, right? And really just play it down to this bottom trend line, which may end up being over here, but essentially the lower end of 6.3 cents, and we can get a rough idea of what that risk to reward is. I would personally probably put my stop loss at either a mental stop loss, and you're watching the market for sentiment, whether maybe Bitcoin's blasting, you don't want to be in your short anymore. So if you do see that, I would personally probably get out. Another way to do it would be to Haley use one of your EMAs, right? Your EMAs. I would like to do it just a little bit above the EMAs because it is a meme coin, and so they don't really follow the technical analysis as much, right? So they may bounce up above just a little bit. So I think at the top of this most recent candle that we just had, so that's about 6.8. That's a 2% loss with gains of, if it came all the way down, it would be 7%. But I would shoot for about 3.5% to 4.5%, maybe 5% gains if you're shorting. I wouldn't be super comfortable longing. Again, I am bearish on the stock market this coming week, which in turn will pull down the crypto market just a little bit. But this is the fan favorite Doge. So at 0.067 cents, I'm comfortable in a short. And so we'll see how it plays out. I'll update you guys in the Discord and as well as next week. So let's actually throw on the Bitcoin 15-minute chart and see what we're looking at. We had a violent drop-off just about 30 minutes ago, 2% in about 15 minutes, and we're still downtrending here. We took a harsh rejection off of this EMA right here, this blue line, and we just got sent right back down. If you take a look at SPX or SPY today, you will also notice that Bitcoin is following stock market almost to a T. A lot of everything is trading all together. A lot of stocks are following each other. There's a lot of uniformity in the, if that's even a word, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of uniformity in the market at the moment, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I wouldn't really call it a good thing, but it does make things a little bit tougher, knowing that all money is flowing in the same direction. Um, you can't. It's hard to find those more difficult entries, to find the unicorns, right? Some of the things that are going to be stronger, or maybe they're going to go against the trends and whatnot. So it is good whenever we can play those calls and puts if you're in the stock market, or long and short if you're in crypto. If you'd like to learn more about that, again, please join us in Titan Trading. My name is Jackal, as it says on the screen, and I will get you set up with a long and short platform. So again, we kind of did miss an entry on a short, at least on a 15-minute time frame here. We could see some support here in this area, anywhere from about 22,770 to really the low of this wick at 22,345. So I wouldn't be super comfortable in a trade at the moment, long or short on Bitcoin, a leverage trade at least, right? So if I am going to go long, as in long, like swing it, I would like to see Bitcoin below 21K. If we don't see that, then I think below 22K. But if we are going to be downtrending, like I am predicting this coming week, I'm going to wait, be patient. Patience, Pay, patience. As James Legends always says, who loves crypto. James Legends loves crypto. So we'll see. So again, we have that entry for Doge at 0.67 cents. Bitcoin here, I would wait a little bit. I don't think we're going to get an entry for Bitcoin anytime soon. We are going to the weekend with lower volume anyways. I'm not sure if you want to hold. I think it would be safer to wait till Monday regardless. Let's take a look at my favorite altcoin to trade. Not my favorite altcoin, but my favorite altcoin to trade, which is AVAX here. AVAX does look decent on the hourly for a decent continuation play as a short. At around $23.65, I would say is good. Anything above probably $23.50 if you are going to be a little riskier with it. If not, take a look at the 5 minutes, see what we're dealing with. We're just downtrending right now. We did miss. See, we bounced off here. We like I said, altcoins will sometimes go above, and they'll come back down. They won't play them exactly. But we did kind of miss a short entry where the stream started just a few minutes late, about 30 minutes late. But again, this is a channel that I'm used to AVAX trading in at the moment, and I'm not going to disrespect my channel. So maybe if we came down 23.28, play an impulse bounce, and I think that would be a decent AVAX long. If we break down below that, I don't think it would be out of the question for AVAX to test the 2250 range, 2275 range. So I would watch that. Not an official alert, more of just something to keep on your mind. And if you see it and you're comfortable with it, right, you can always enter into position. Never financial advice. But with that, we're going to take one look at the Bitcoin daily charts. And I will wrap up with any questions anyone may have. And if no questions, I will see you guys in the Discord if you would like to chat a little bit more, or next week. So, but here we are with Bitcoin. This is it in all its glory. Just a beautiful chart there. We are curling back up. This is one of Amajama's famous chart plays. I've seen her hit 80%ers off of some of these smaller altcoins that start to kind of roll back up. They just got slammed down. They start to roll back up, and they have this nice push. It's almost a parabolic push. I don't anticipate that happening with Bitcoin, but anything could happen, right? We had a triple bottom here. We bounced 3 times on the daily, which is big, and we did have a close above the 50 EMA here. Then we came back down, so we're kind of trading with it at the moment. So I would anticipate some sideways action and really not a whole bunch of movement for the next couple of days. With the weekly candle coming to a close on Sunday, we could see a little bit of volatility. that'll be something to kind of trade in the moment. I'm not going to trade that on a Friday afternoon. Then next week we will have the monthly close, and that normally almost always comes with some crazy volatility. So look for next week to also play into that a little bit. But this red candle here has basically given away all our gains that we made yesterday. Essentially almost all our gains, as well as the day before. We gave back all our gains from the past 2 days. But this is crypto. It's volatile. It is what it is. We do have some support here at 22,175. I would just call it 22K flat. It's a good, nice round number. And it's just, it's a good psychological barrier as well. But with that, I don't have a prediction. Like we're going to 40K, or we're going back down to 12K or anything like that. Just I would like to see what happens over the next week or two, especially with the Fed meeting next week in the stock market. I think that could really things might blast, things might come back down. But I'm going to play the reaction to it. I'm not going to anticipate or predict, at least not put a lot of money into a prediction. So, and with that, I'm going to end the stream. I really appreciate all of you that came and listened. Again, 6.7 cents, so 0.067 for Doge. For shorts, this is mostly a continuation play. If you want a safer entry, again, right, play it off one of these EMAs here. And then roughly to this trend line, it has been following, right? We had double bounce here, as well as some higher lows. So it wouldn't be out of the question for it to about here have a low and a bounce off, right? So we'll see how it goes, and I'll update you guys next week. Thank you, everybody. Bye.